The YouTubers Association of NORAD Track Santa Users, better known as Team YANTSU, was initially founded as a YouTube group in 2008. A group of founding members including Marcus Pearl, Patrick Covey, Luke Dillon, and Braden Thomas started the group as a means to discuss all things NORAD Track Santa, and with the purpose to archive NORAD Track Santa content to preserve the history of the beloved program. From a once YouTube group to now its fully owned operational channel, which has grossed over 3,000 subscribers and over 800,000 video views since its inception in 2015. However, to know how the show really started to grow into the multimedia broadcast it is now, then we will have to rewind all the way back to 2009. Throughout 2009, Patrick and Braden discussed the possibility of how they could make the Santa tracking experience more of an interactive one. After all, the Santa tracking audience is massive, but up until 2009, there was a real lack of an established community partaking in the tradition together. Patrick, already familiar with the world of live streaming on Block TV, proposed the idea of a live Santa tracking stream which will bring together an audience of devoted trackers. Now a discontinued webcasting platform, Block TV allowed for a different format to the show, which had Patrick as the main host and was joined by fellow Team YANTSU members each hour as co-hosts. Members would join the show as a co-host at the top of the hour to provide updates to viewers on Santa's whereabouts as well as route predictions that Santa might take. Due to the success of the first show in 2009, interest grew and a new tradition was born. In 2010, the show was planned out step by step and pushed into effect throughout November and December. From the series planning, the show was prepped and ready for its second year in a row. That year, YANTSU introduced music requests, along with a Skype line where viewers could call into the show live and share a festive message. On December 23, 2010, Patrick got in contact with the Jacksonville Daily News for a newspaper article highlighting the team's efforts. The next day, Patrick was in the newspaper, in turn creating more attention around the show. At the start of the show, the viewer count was around 50 viewers within the first 30 minutes of the 15-hour broadcast. After that, hundreds of people hopped in and out, watching the show throughout the day. Patrick was contacted by WNCT in Eastern North Carolina to be on television that night, and he did so in an online interview over Skype.
A teen from the East is becoming a YouTube sensation, and he's probably pretty popular among the kids who are waiting for Santa Claus. He's tracking the big guy with a twist.
More people jumped online to see this new sensation that had started only a year before. Records were set that year with over 4,000 people viewing the show. Team YANTSU also has had a long tradition of communication with the folks at NORAD Track Santa, beginning in 2010 and with the first interview with NORAD Track Santa personnel in 2011. The crew at NORAD Track Santa has been an incredible partner for the team and has continuously stayed in contact ever since. While content has improved greatly since those early days, the foundation of the annual live stream remains the same, providing an interactive and entertaining platform for Santa trackers to come together to enhance their Christmas Eve tradition. Throughout 2011 to 2013, YANTSU continued to grow as a production. Planning of the production began starting earlier, often in the summer months to allow more time to plan and produce the annual tradition. In order to continue growing this tradition, the team itself also had to grow and brought in many new members from 2011 to 2013, including the likes of Liam and Josh Warden, Nick Tay, and James Heaney. 2012 marked the final time that the annual Tracking Santa live show was ever hosted on the Block TV platform, after the site merged into an alternate platform in 2013. Throughout 2013, YANTSU had to determine the next streaming platform and landed on the choice of Ustream. Through the hiccups of dealing with a new streaming platform, the team delivered on another successful year of the Tracking Santa live show and ultimately proved that the show must go on regardless of losing Block TV and the audience that the team had built on the platform. The first milestone for YANTSU came in 2013. This marked the 5th annual show. NORAD had become partnered with Microsoft, which meant a lot of fresh content for YANTSU to cover during the stream. 2013 marked a historic change for the format of the annual Tracking Santa live show, with the introduction of multiple hosts throughout the day rather than one host for 15 hours. Hosts included Patrick Covey, Liam and Josh Warden, James Heaney, and Marcus Pearl. This allowed for unique tracking experiences throughout the day, with each host bringing their own unique flavor to the livestream. 2013 also featured the debut of YANTSU's new website, santatracking.net, which allowed the team to optimize the show and tap into a new viewer base, as the audience could now watch the show on the website whilst also being able to play games and explore other features which the site itself had. The development of the website was truly an instrumental component of the growing production and continued to allow Team YANTSU to establish and grow its own brand moving forward. 2014 brought in the first annual Tracking Santa live pre-show on December 23rd. The pre-show has become an integral part of our annual production, always airing the night before the tracking to serve as a sneak peek into the Christmas Eve content and to make predictions for the day of tracking ahead. YANTSU's 7th annual show in 2015 saw the introduction of Santa cams produced by the team itself. This is by far one of the largest steps forward that any team has ever taken, and still to this day, Team YANTSU are the only tracking team who provide their own set of Santa cams. They were produced as an extension to the tracking day experience and to coincide with NORAD's cams. The Santa cams are a reconstruction taken from NORAD's tracking data, visualized with a voiceover from one of our members. They received a huge amount of positive feedback when they were unveiled on the show. Although in this year, cams purely covered the morning section of the stream, as this was the first year the show was 24 hours. Team YANTSU itself had a makeover too, with new logos and social media designs, as well as the introduction of Instagram. The show was again hosted on Ustream and saw a rise in viewers with the largest audience on the Ustream platform. Finally, Team YANTSU had its very own YouTube channel, which will serve as the hub of all YANTSU content and will be the team's home for the future. The first ever sponsorship for the team occurred in 2014, where Team YANTSU partnered with the My Merry Christmas Network, who in return gave a new home for the website with the domain santatracking.net. This was a huge achievement for the team, as no other tracking group had ever been sponsored before. The move to YouTube in 2016 allowed all Team YANTSU live and produced content to be shared in one home. 2016 also saw the site of Team YANTSU be completely revamped, and YANTSU Santa Cams had a complete overhaul with a few added locations. Considering it was the first stream ever on YouTube by Team YANTSU, the 8th annual show reached over 2,000 viewers, which is one of the highest totals since the Block TV days. Substantial growth was also seen on social media, with more followers on Instagram, as well as Facebook receiving more than 400 new likes on Christmas Eve. Looking back, the years of 2014 to 2017 served to introduce many foundational building blocks of YANTSU's annual production: Santa cams, multiple hosts, social media growth, the pre-show, and the website. The biggest milestone yet for Team YANTSU was reached in 2018, as Team YANTSU reached its 10th year, making it the oldest and longest running tracking team to date. A revamped website was introduced, along with a strong social media push, helped the 10th annual Tracking Santa live show reach new heights. A whopping 17,000 plus viewers turned up to watch the show after a lot of hype generated by the first Santa Cam Marathon and the 5th annual pre-show, which both took place on December 23rd. The 10th year was the biggest show yet. It had broken records for views, likes, social media engagement, as well as having 2 interviews, one with Carl Front, the voice of NORAD Track Santa Cams, and one with Stacy Knott, former head of the NORAD Track Santa program. In addition, a whole selection of Santa Cams were released by Team YANTSU, proving to be the most popular and advanced yet. It truly was a show to remember for everyone involved, and definitely lived up to the hype of being the 10th show. The 12th annual show ended the strangest year yet, 2020, on a high note for Team YANTSU. The show broke every single record for the team, with total stream views surpassing 70,000. In 2021, Team YANTSU Santa Cams were revolutionized to utilize Ultra HD footage of the locations Santa flies to. 2021 and 2022 went on to be subsequent record-breaking years for viewership of the annual show. Finally, after 15 years of tracking Santa, the show goes on as it reaches its final show, which hopes to live up to the expectations set in the brilliant show that took place in 2022. Most importantly, we want to thank you, the viewer, for making this journey possible. We could have not accomplished what we did throughout the last 15 years without you all, and we hope that during these 15 years that we've been able to add to you and your family's Christmas traditions. You all will be forever cherished in our memories. For SantaTracking.net, I am Jonathan Nieves. Thank you and Merry Christmas.